In the relative void of space, broadcast waves essentially remain intact. I'm told that. And I read in the paper that there are scientists who are continuously monitoring for possible signals from other life forms in the universe. This is how our government spends our tax dollars. Think about that for a moment. Because if you buy what they're doing, then you also believe that in an infinite universe, what we broadcast must be being picked up and interpreted somewhere else too. This radio right now, radio broadcast for instance. Or how about an episode of The Lone Ranger, for crying out loud? This is going to be received by beings who surely have as little concept of us as we do of them. One wonders what they will make of it. I'm sorry, 782 over.
782.
You don't happen to have a phone number on the 522 and 1/2 Linden, do you?
Nah, not there, Glenn, no.
No, yeah, there you go. We got a frame there.
Jello? Have you ever played Jello when you're on like a bus in 7th grade? It's when every time something, you act like Jello, and every time something like shifts or turns, there's like people, she's a flight attendant, and people will leave like dirty diapers and like the seat things in the plane. Isn't that disgusting? I'm like, where the fuck do people grow up? Like,
in a barn?
In a barn, literally. Like my mom, like,
your mom grew up in a barn?
No.
Let me see if it says record.
Yeah, look through it. No, I mean look through the...
Well, I do. I have the...
Oh, you can see me?
Yeah.
Hello.
That's my wife in my beautiful apartment.
Yeah.
Which we still are allowed to live in. That's for the moment. Depending on what rental I replace, you know, if I get a 1-bedroom for $1,400, that lasts 2 years. You know, if I get a 2-bedroom for $2,000 and have a roommate, then I'm paying. That's not my bottom line. That's cutting the losses and getting the fuck out. Right. That's like I'm losing, you know, just straight up losing. Seems like we'll find out on Thursday. Yeah.
Greenwich and Webster.
Movies? When I first started getting into movies, it was like, that was just a romantic thing to do because movies was a dying industry. You know, everybody was like, hey, TV's going to take it over. And, you know, if you're getting into movies, you're jumping on a sinking ship. So you only do it for the love of it. You sure aren't doing it because you expect to, you know, make it. And movies have had a resurgence since then.
Nobody really likes my videos.
Your clarinet. You play clarinet in the cab too?
Yeah, well, you should watch the videos to see what's happening.
I play harmonicas in the cab.
Oh,
you know, this
is
is
a little easier.
Yeah, I can drive with my knees and play. See.
Beethoven?
That's the beat, buddy. That's the beat.
I'm gonna make
it's all about, you know,
musical drivers,
dirty jokes and playing harmonicas, and that's all about getting the tip, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Some people, of course, the dirty jokes you have to skip them, but you just play harmonica. Some people don't want the harmonica; they want the dirty jokes.
I never got any money for dirty jokes. That's good harmonica.
So what's going on Friday night at the Decca Lounge?
Well, I'm actually judging a drag contest.
Okay.
So there's a thing called Drag Idol, which is it's a cross between America's Top Model and American Idol.
Oh, you're an old timer in San Francisco.
Well, in more than ways than one.
Oh well, you know, you're not anywhere close to me. I know that. Because I'm the multiple grandfather.
And how long have you lived in San Francisco?
The first time I moved here was in 1968 because Time magazine said they were having free sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it turned out to be truth in advertising. The hippies.
I gotta tell you, some of my favorite conversations on earth are with cab drivers because you guys have great stories.
Well, you know, Anwar Sadat was a cab driver.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said it was best course in psychology you can possibly take.
Yeah, the guy that's responsible for putting junk mail in your box. Junk mail. I work for Williams Sonoma.
You're the one who's responsible for junk mail.
Yeah.
Get out of my cab.
Pick up at night then, Howard.
Yeah.
So how is it going? I don't have any answers for you. It sort of disappeared in a black hole out there.
I told a guy with all the money to fuck himself. Which guy?
Which guy? was
Which guy did fuck
There's an
himself?
outfit called Cinedor. The guy's name is Kerry Silverman.
What's he want to do?
Finance the movie.
What movie? Your movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got Jonathan Winters.
Oh, he's funny as shit. You better get him before he dies, dude.
Yeah, he's 81. Yeah. He wants me to get Bonnie Hunt. That's a hill to climb, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's a hell to climb. She's cute.
Yeah. And on the business side of who we are, you know, basically the only resume is you, right? I mean, I get to say I've been around this for a while and associate produced things, and what I felt was right was, in your inimitable way, if you just tell Joe that he is a co-producer, you know, that Kerner is a co-producer, like, this is what's going on, now we have to strategize, you know, and we want to use your name, we want to and we want an understanding of how we're going to divide up the pie, you know, and go chase the money in the distribution deal. You know, like, Joe, you're a co-producer. We're just waiting for you to come in here. We've been shutting down other people. You know what I mean? Yeah. If we can't keep shutting them down, we'll have to take something that maybe we're not happy with. But, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know how to do it. You know how to tell people they're crazy if they just don't do it, you know?
The setup is that formless space beings without identities of their own have been intercepting television broadcasts from Earth, and they create a virtual intergalactic stock footage library. And they abduct 3 Earthlings who manage to escape out of the tail end of a poorly edited loop, but not back to Earth. They escape into the stock footage library proper, where they're being chased from one clip to the next by the evil Star Child Lord Dyson.
Homer, I guess we're saying that we've forgotten more than we know.
News, I came home and found out that Cheney had shot somebody and made him apologize.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, I think he's smart enough to be a dentist. I'm sorry for getting shot in the face.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, please. You know, that's the definition of a bribe, don't you?
No, getting shot in the face?
No, where the giver says thank you and the receiver says don't mention it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You're welcome.
Don't mention it.
I'm told it's almost impossible. What was his name who did that movie Hollywood Shuffle? And then he got up on the talk shows and was telling people how he clapped out all his credit cards just to finish making this movie and blah, 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 blah. It was great. And that's almost pretty much what it takes, you know, like just total commitment to doing it, and artists and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he got jacked up by the IRS. I believe by the IRS. He got jacked up by the IRS less than 24 hours before the show was supposed to go on, and they were just going to pull the rug out of him completely. He held the guys at gunpoint until the show was done, and then he went to prison. And in a sense, that's what it takes, you know, that kind of commitment to making the show. And I'm born in 1950, which made the year 2000 a very clear date. When I looked at my future, I was going to turn 50 years old, and that was a new century, and you know, the dates would all change from 19, et cetera, et cetera. I never gave a thought to what happens after the year 2000 when I turn 50 years old. Every single bit of that is gravy. I had no plans for it. So, I mean, what's the worst they can do to me? You know, give me life in prison? I don't have that much left. Who cares? You know, I'm almost 60 now. You know, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
That's you?
That's me. Mac, G-Mac. G-Mac. This is my shit.
Oh, everything in here?
No. I have to look hard to find all my crap. I see my
truck is mine. I should have a couple of boxes. Yeah, this is mine. Both of those are mine. The lumber's mine. Hello?
Send it back to you as soon as possible. Thanks. Have a great day.
Hey Arthur, Glenn. Just trying to get back to you about what was happening with Joe Madden over there at Goal Line, see whether he'd come up with anything at all. I imagine not, or you'd have called me. But yeah, just schmoozing and touching base. 415-378-6649. Talk to you later. Oh, about 30 years, 29 years.
But our country is gross. It's gross to the rest of mankind. And that comes from our government, you understand? We shit on people. We shit on people. You know this guy, Guantanamo Bay?
Yeah, that's
6 fucking years.
Yeah.
And they ain't never been charged yet.
I agree with you.
That's worse than Nazism, you understand that?
Thank you.
You fucking, and I pay my motherfucking tax.
Cigarette, Bobby?
My friend's 39th birthday party.
Oh, all right. You're almost old enough for me to talk to.
It was my friend's 40th last night, so we were all fucking tired as hell. God, it was a shitty day today, huh?
I imagine the suicide rate went up today. Yeah. Woke up, got out of bed, put a 45 to the base of my head.
You know, I think anything succeeds if you have passion and it's something you want to do, even if it's not.
You know, this has got possibility, and I hope it goes, you know. I'll just knock on wood here.
There you go.
We got Jonathan Winters on board, and that's a big deal.
Sure.
Because, you know, that gives us a legitimacy in terms of trying to put stuff together and talk to people.
Hang a left here at the corner.
All right.
And I'm on the right-hand side.
Cool.
Yes.
Here we are. Yeah.
Citywide, Linden Lagoon.
In a perfect
Linden
world.
Lagoon, Euclid Park, I regular call it.
In a perfect world, I wouldn't have to pay for gasoline. People would always be getting in my cab.
350, you want to get the regular?
Somebody would be calling me up right now saying, I heard you were making this really cool movie and I want to give you a bunch of money to help you out. However, it's not a perfect world. And global warming is going to drown us all anyway, so fuck it.
Jackson, we're going to do one more from her.